Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. MTG Box Analysis here to take a look at the Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth Special Edition Collector Booster Box. Yeah, that was quite a mouthful. I've opened a few of these in the past and they've turned out to be pretty decent. We've seen an average of 2 poster cards per box. So kind of curious to see what this box is going to hold. It comes from a different case. And see how it compares from a value perspective to the boxes that we've previously opened up on the channel. All right, let's crack open pack number 1. All right, so this one is going to kick off with a Treason of Isengard. Then we're going to see ourselves a Bag End Porter, followed by a Peregrine Took. Then we've got ourselves a Goblin Fire Leaper, followed by an Inherited Envelope. Then we're going to see ourselves a Took Reaper with an Old Man Willow. Then we got a Gwahir the Windlord, followed by an Island. And then we're going to see ourselves Born Upon a Wind with a Song of Arundel. And then behind that, we're going to see ourselves Minas Tirith Garrison, followed by Dawn of New Age in the Surge foil. And then we're going to see Legolas Counter of Kills, followed by a Pact of Negation coming in from the Commander subset with a food and a treasure token. All right, stepping into pack number 2 here. This one kicks off with an Inherited Envelope. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Mirkwood Spider with the Grey Havens. Then we've got Gandalf's Sanction with Eagles of the North. Then we're going to see a Snarling Warg with the Grey Havens. And then we've got ourselves March from the Black Gate with a Swamp. Behind that, we're going to see Assemble the Entmoot, followed by Lobella, Defender of Bag End. And then we're going to see ourselves a Galadriel Brigand, followed by Born Upon a Wind coming in the Surge foil with a Rivendell, also in Surge foil. And then we're going to see ourselves a Tempt with Discovery uncommon with a food and an Orc Army token. All right, sliding into pack number 3 here. This one's going to kick off with a Generous Ent, followed by an East Farthing Farmer. Then we're going to see ourselves a Gwahir the Windlord with Grond the Gatebreaker. Then we're going to see Shalab's Ambush with a Second Breakfast. Then we've got ourselves a Samwise the South-Hearted, followed by Rosy Cotton of South Lane with Surge Foil Mountain. Then we're going to see ourselves a Galadriel Ambush, followed by Relic of Sauron. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Nazgul Battle-Mace with Press the Enemy. Then we're going to see Gimli Counter of Kills, followed by a Timber Protector. And then we're going to see a Food and a Human Soldier token. All right, moving into pack number 4 here. All right, this one kicks off with an Isolation of Orthanc, followed by Breaking of the Fellowship. Then we're going to see Faramir Field Commander with an Elrond Lord of Rivendell with a Battle-Scarred Goblin. Then we're going to see a Generous Ent, followed by a Voracious Fellbeast. Then we've got Strider Ranger of the North, followed by the Plains. Then we're going to see ourselves Samwise Gamgee with Flowering of the White Tree. Then we've got Ramas Ekor Ancient Shield coming in with a Call of the Ring, followed by a Hagrim Sword of Rohan coming in. Very cool to see that, Sword of Hearth and Home. And then we're going to see ourselves a Soul's Attendant, followed by a Food and a Treasure token. All right, pressing forward with pack number 5. This one's going to kick off with a Second Breakfast, followed by a Soothing of Smeagol. Then we're going to see ourselves a Stone of Arik, followed by Dundane Rangers with a Soldier of the Grey Host. Then we're going to see an Arwen's Gift, followed by Stew the Conies. Then we've got ourselves a Ring Sight, followed by a Forest. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Shadow of the Enemy Mythic coming in. Then we're going to see Of Herbs and Stewed Rabbit coming in as a Saga with an Arboreal Alliance, followed by King of the Oathbreakers. And then we're going to see ourselves a Rally at the Galadrium, followed by a Soul's Attendant non-foil with a Food and a Human Soldier token. All right, finishing off stack number 1, sliding into pack number 6. There we go. Disaster opening. All right, we got ourselves a Sam's Desperate Rescue, followed by an Eberir Flamesmith. Then we're going to see Iorith of Healing House with Shadow Summoning. Then we've got ourselves the Greyhaven's Navigator, Galadrium Guide, followed by a Foray of Orcs. Then we're going to see a Grima Wormtongue, followed by the Mountain. And behind the Mountain, we're going to see a Flame of Anwar with Fall of Gil-galad. Then we're going to see an Eagle of Deliverance with Lortho Corrupt Sheriff. And behind that, we're going to see a Meriadoc Brandybuck in Showcase with Treebeard Eldest of Ents. And then we're going to see ourselves a Food and a Human Soldier token. All right, sliding into pack number 7 here. This one's got an Eastmark Cavalier. Then we're going to see a Snarling Warg, followed by a Gorthmog Morgul Lieutenant with a Borrow Blade. Then we've got an Esquire of the King, followed by a Galadrium Bow with a Saruman's Trickery. Then we're going to see Denethor Ruling Steward, followed by the Swamp. Then we've got ourselves a Model of Unity with One Ring to Rule Them All as a Saga. And then we're going to see ourselves Gimli's Reckless Might, followed by Hugh the Entwood Mythic coming in. It's a little hard to see that one in that Surge foil treatment. Then we're going to see the Party Tree coming in. Very nice. That's going to be a tremendous hit for us. And then behind that, we're going to see ourselves an Elvish Harbinger, followed by a Food and a Treasure token. All right, moving into our next pack here. This one kicks off with a Bewitching Leechcraft. Then we're going to see ourselves an Enrage Horon, followed by Stew the Conies. Then we're going to see Fear Fire Foes with Aurorium Lancer. Then we're going to see Revive the Shire, followed by Landerval Horizon Witness with Grishnok Brash Instigator with a Plains. And behind that, we're going to see Grima Saruman's Footman, followed by Boromir Gondor's Hope. Then we're going to see ourselves a Rally at the Galadrium, followed by Shagrit the Loot Bearer. And then we're going to see Samwise the South-Hearted with a poster card. This is going to be a Spiteful Banditry Mythic coming in. Very nice to see that. Non-foil version. And then we're going to see ourselves a Food and an Orc Army. All right, we are down to 4 packs to go. Taking a look at pack number 9 here. This one is going to kick off with an Improvised Club. Then we're going to see ourselves a Generous Ent, followed by a Prince Immerhall of the Fair. Then we're going to see Rosie Cotton of South Lane with a Hobbit Sting, followed by a Mirkwood Bats. Then we're going to see the Mouth of Sauron, followed by Melindor Swift Savior. Then we've got ourselves a Plains with a Forge Anew coming in, with Gwahir, Greatest of Eagles, coming in foil, with an Isengard Unleashed coming in from the Commander subset. Then we're going to see ourselves a Surge foil Mithril Coat with Galadriel Light of Valinor coming in. Very nice mythic hit there. Then we're going to see a Myriad Landscape, followed by a Food and a Spirit token. All right, pack number 10. What treasures will this hold? All right, we got ourselves Smite the Deathless, followed by Wizard's Rockets. Then we're going to see an Entdrot Basin, followed by Arwen Undomiable with a Haunt of the Dead Marshes. Then we're going to see an Oilifant, followed by Stone of Arik. Then we're going to see Gorebag of Minas Morgul with an island. Behind that, we're going to see an Arrestor of the Council, followed by Smeagol Helpful Guide. Then we've got ourselves a Sorceress Squall coming in, followed by Isludar's Fateful Strike. And then we're going to see an Elrond Lord of Rivendell with a Second Harvest coming in. And then we're going to see ourselves a Food and a Ballistic Boulder. Sliding into pack number 11 here. This one's going to kick off with a Cast into Fire. Then we're going to see ourselves a Nasty End, followed by Eckenbrand, Lord of Westfold. Then we're going to see Gloryfindel, Dauntless Rescuer with a Mordor Muster. Then we've got Smite the Deathless with an Entis Restoration, followed by Lost to Legend with a Swamp. And then we're going to kick things off with a Scroll of Isildar with an Elrond of the White Council, followed by Mirkwood Channeler. Then we're going to see a Display of Power, followed by Smeagol Helpful Guide. Then we're going to see ourselves a Myriad Landscape and a Food Human Soldier token. Final pack of Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth Collector Booster Special Edition. All right, this one kicks off with an Eastfarthing Farmer. Then we're going to see an Arwen's Gift, followed by Mardar Urok High Captain. And then we're going to see ourselves a Reprieve, followed by a Mushroom Watchdogs, Rally at the Hornburg. Then we're going to see Gollum Patient Plotter with a Shadow Summoning, followed by a Mountain. Then we've got ourselves Taunt from the Rampart, followed by Eomer, King of Rohan. Then we're going to see Mists of Lorien, with Sharky, Tyrant of the Shire, followed by a Frodo Baggins. And in the back, we're going to see ourselves a Worship with a Food and an Orc Army. Give me just a moment and I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG box analysis. Let's kick things off by examining the box's contents in comparison to the cards that we had an opportunity to obtain. Using this chart, we can see the cards that we could potentially acquire from the main Lord of the Rings set marked in gray, from the actual foils we acquired in orange, and the non-foils in green. In the non-foil space, we saw between 6 and 9 showcase scroll cards for each of the primary colors of Magic. We also saw 3 Jumpstart Extended Art cards and 1 Borderless poster card. When it comes to the foils, we saw between 4 and 11 cards for each of the primary colors of Magic, along with 1 Borderless, 12 Extended Art, and 7 Showcase, all in Surge Foil. Moving into coverage of the main set, in the non-foil space, we saw 56 unique cards out of 294 cards that we were eligible to see. This gave us 19% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 80 unique cards, giving us 22% coverage of the 372 cards we were eligible to see, not including any serialized cards. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in today's box we saw 22% of the commons and 27% of the uncommons we were eligible to see in non-foil from the main set. We also saw 5 of the 65 rares for 8% coverage and 2 non-foil mythics good enough for 5% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 24% of the commons and 31% of the uncommons, along with 16 foil rares for 15% coverage and 2 foil mythics for 4% coverage. From a duplication standpoint, the only repeats that we saw was from the main set. We ended up seeing 6 cards repeated 12 times for a box duplication rate of 7%. Before getting into the value of today's collector booster box, let's take a look at the current value of the main set. This chart displays all of the cards from the main set that you can pull out of a special edition collector booster pack using market prices as of December 15th, 2023. Currently, there are 60 non-serialized cards valued over $10 available in the set. 26 are in non-foil and 34 are in foil. The set also features 22 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 88 cards valued between $1 and $5. The other 496 cards that you can pull are all valued under $1. A full set of all 666 cards, again not using any serialized cards, has a current market value of $2,374.25. Out of the possible 60 cards, we only saw one card from the main set valued over $10, and it was the Spiteful Banditry poster card in non-foil valued at $12.35. The box also only contained one main set card valued between $5 and $10, which was the Surge Foil Mithril Coat. We did pick up 10 cards valued between $1 and $5, but the other 130 main set cards are all valued under $1. Now let's pivot away from the main set and take a look at the Commander subset. Here's a look at the cards that we could potentially acquire from the Commander subset marked in gray, the actual foils we pulled in orange, and the non-foils shaded in green. In the non-foil space, we saw 6 Showcase Scroll cards and 14 borderless cards. When it comes to the foils, we saw 8 Showcase Scroll cards, 6 borderless, and 4 borderless in Surge Foil. From a coverage perspective, we saw 20 unique non-foil cards out of a possible 124. This gave us 16% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 18 unique cards, giving us 10% coverage of the 178 cards we were eligible to see, again not including any serialized cards. And just like before, let's look at the current value of the Commander subset for the cards that you can pull out of a special edition collector booster pack before reviewing the actual observed value. The Commander subset contains an additional 39 cards valued over $10, bringing the total number of cards valued over $10 to 99 for this set, which is pretty damn impressive for a modern Magic set. Now, the Commander subset also features 32 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 88 cards in the $1 to $5 range. The other 143 cards that you can pull are all valued under $1. Now, a full set of all 302 cards, again not including any serialized cards, has a current market value of $1,595.96. Add in the $2,374 from the main set and the 968 card set, including every single card in every single treatment except serialized, has a current market value of almost $4,000. Out of the possible 39 cards valued over $10, we saw 3 in this box. We picked up the non-foil Pacta Negation valued at $10.67, the Surge Foil Galadriel Light of Valinor valued at $21.35, and we saw the Party Tree, aka the Great Henge, valued at $62.45 in the Surge Foil version. The box also contained 3 Commander cards valued between $5 and $10 and 9 cards in the $1 to $5 range. The other 23 cards from the subset that we saw are all valued under $1. So how did this box perform? Well, the market price for this box as of December 15th is $281.73. The special edition collector booster box contains 12 packs, each with 15 cards, giving you 180 cards in a box. Now, the 58 non-foil main set cards that we saw have a combined market value of $32.33. The 84 main set foils that we saw are valued at $43.75. The 20 non-foil cards from the Commander subset were valued at $34.15, and the 18 foils from the Commander subset are valued at $121.04. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box only comes up to be $231.27 in card market value, which makes this box a loss of $50.46 from the market price, and means that it only produced 82% of the market price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 15 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $163.74, which means that those 15 cards represent 42% of the total box value and 58% of the market price. We often see very good boxes on the channel, but every now and then we get a dud, and this is what that was. I'll be cracking open another box in the next 7 days and comparing it to this box and one that we opened previously on the channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. I hope everyone has a happy and safe holiday season, and until next time, do something amazing. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.